Okay. Good evening, everyone, or rather, good evening to everyone in India. Good, whatever. For people uh, who are outside of India, I guess I think there's no one listening to this podcast. Now, it sounds sad. Okay, dark humor. I tried. All right. So now, what we are going to do is we're gonna pick up where we left off today morning, and I'm going to try and add remaining content and see if I want to add or edit any of the content that I have already created for those who are watching this for the first time. This is Will I Find UX Content, and this is episode 6, and this is the first time I'm doing two live streams on the same day. And the idea behind these live streams is I use these live streams to bounce my thoughts of YouTube. And later on, if this becomes big, maybe I'll bounce off thoughts of the audience if there are enough people listening to this or watching this in live streams. Um, yeah, so that reminds me, I think I should uh, start looking at how to live stream in multiple channels at the same time. Right now, this is only getting streamed on YouTube. I really like Spotify as a user, as a listener, so because of that, I think I also feel that it'll be great as a creator. Right now, just give me a minute. I'll just go switch off my battery charger because I wanted to switch it off in the morning, but it's been going on till now. Just give me a minute. I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. And if you are wondering why am I wearing such a funky shirt, one, because I like attention, and two, this is my Friday office shirt, one of my Friday office shirts slash t-shirts. Um, so yeah, okay, we are back in Figma. Yeah, the topic that we were talking about so far, the topics that we were talking about so far I mean, so far this week is one, users content and context framework. And the second item is integration and iteration. If you want to know more, I highly encourage that you guys watch. I think it was on episode 3 when we started talking about integration and iteration, and episode 4 is when we, I think, talked about it in a lot of detail. Right, you will find the content for integration and iteration in episode 4, and the first 3 episodes for users content and context. And basically, whatever thoughts that I am bouncing off of YouTube in these live streams, I try to, or I want to ultimately create a shorter, much shorter and more crisper video. For example, this uses content and context. The time limit that I put for this is 6 minutes. I also use Figma and FigJam to curate content for these videos. So as you can see here, that I have the topic for the video and time max 6 minutes, I think, and now reduce it to maybe 4 minutes because I don't think I'll need 6 minutes. There is always two ways to say, or more than one way to say the same thing. I can say I don't need 6 minutes, or I can say I don't have enough content for 6 minutes. Um, so yeah, I don't know how these growling, uh, making weird noises sound in the live stream. I'll check it out. Uh, all right, so now coming back, I also tend to digress a lot, so fair warning. If you don't like people who digress a lot, then this is not for you. Okay, what I'm going to do is now that I have this in multiple places, I'm just going to convert this into a component. Um, okay, episode complete. Yeah, that's all I'm going to call it. And I'm going to copy this and then make this paste over this name selection and then do Command Shift R. Yeah, this is a cool thing that I recently found out in Figma. Basically, if you want to replace this with something else and you want that thing to be pasted at the same position as this, what you do is you just select it, and if it is multiple objects, I don't know if this works. That's why I first converted this into a single framed object, and then you press Command Shift R in Mac. I don't know what's the shortcut in Windows. It doesn't really matter because Windows is for people, you know what I mean. I know it sounds mean. So just to demonstrate how this works, and I'm just not pasting properties, I'm copying, making a copy of this, and then I'm selecting this, and I'm pressing again Command Shift R. Now this is replaced by that. So yeah, it's a cool trick that I found, and also because now I have made this. Now let's try this with okay, two things get pasted. Got it. So I'm just gonna copy this, select this, convert it into a plane, and paste it over. So this is great. Mm, are there tangible outputs? I think tangible output. I think. Yeah, as I was saying this. Yeah, I want as less content as possible on the screen. I might not even use these titles, but in case I use this, just editing it. Okay. Yeah. So tangible output. Yeah. What do I? I'm going to talk about a framework that I am using um, in my office. So, but it's a lot of um, things to consider. I mean, a lot of things to put on the screen and explain. Um, okay, so okay, I'm just seeing if I can. Okay, I'm gonna convert this also into a component because I'm making a copy. Now, whenever so there's a practice that I have, it's a rule of thumb that I follow. As soon as I copy something from one place to another, not necessarily from one page to another page, I make them into a component so that I can make changes in one place and that is reflected in all the places. I think I should do the same for the headings as well. But for now, I'm gonna ignore that in the interest of time. So yeah, so I'm thinking if I should use the same diagram and maybe put smaller things that you can um, list as tangible outputs for each of these items. So for users, it's obviously users. For content, um, I think it should be information needs. I'm gonna I think this is in all caps. I'm just gonna make this. Oh, okay. Information needs. I think I will reduce the point size. So here, what I'm trying to do basically is try to break this down into smaller chunks. Okay. Oh, let me quickly see if I have any invite. Send. Hmm, okay, I don't. I was just checking my office calendar if anyone sent any invite after I logged off. All right. So information needs. Maybe guidelines. I think guidelines will fall more in um, context, but I'll list everything here and then move them to their respective sections. So guidelines. product brand design guidelines, um, user flow or task flow. Yeah, I'm just trying to give you guys some framework, right, with this. But there is always more than one way to do it. This take this as maybe more of I don't want to call it a guideline. Take this more of an example of something you can come up with, right, based on this framework. Um, okay, what else? What else you can define tangibly? Okay, problem, statement, or goal. It's, goals. Okay, yeah, that works. What else do we do? Open questions. Yeah, okay. I think this is good. Um, yeah, direct impact areas, related or secondary related areas. Right. All right. So now, out of this, what all falls under content and what all falls under context, and I think even under users, sorry, users who are affected, users who are not affected, users who can access, those users who cannot access this. Alright. So yeah, I think that's hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna add one more item. This is more in here. Change management. Cool. Yeah, I mean there are a lot of things you can add in context, but like I said, these are just examples of what tangible things that we can relate to each of these topics. I think I'll reduce the font size, or maybe let's just filter things out. Information needs. This will not be here. User flow and task flow, I think, will be in content, problem statement, goals, direct impact. Sorry about the burping. Uh, I think every time I start these live streams right after a big meal, and I continuously burp uh, throughout the video. Related area. So I actually want to create something. Again, this is off topic, and I'm sorry, guys. This is something that I want to keep track of so I can keep reading them uh, live. Please, live stream learnings. Yes. Oops, what's happening? Live stream learnings. Of course, if this is not visible, I think the shortcut is Command Shift 8. Control Shift 8. Okay, I give up. Command Option 8. Oh yeah, Command Option 8. Cool. So yeah, I was renaming this thing, um, the name of the file, and I want to list down the learnings I have, that I get from each live stream. So one is better mic quality. I think we have come a long way. If you listen to my first episode one of this live stream, the mic quality is horrible, and that's when I started using the Sony headset and using the mic of the headset. So second one is more or clearer pronunciation of words. There was one more thing that I wanted to add to this list and I forgot, and that's the reason why I want to create and track this list. Okay, what was the other one? Hmm. Okay, tricky. But I think for now this is a good start. Oops. Okay, this is bad. Alright, yes, this is great. Okay, let me go back to this. Yeah, I don't know how to mute this live stream in between. I need to find that out. Um, yeah, let's find out how to mute live stream in between. Yes. I mean, this is not a learning, but something that I want to know. All right. So, yeah, related areas, I think I'll remove from here. I'm not sure if we should keep direct impact areas in content or not, but I'll still keep it. Pages. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Okay, so from here, I'll remove information needs. Basically, this is all the things that is there should be removed. All right. Yeah, then yeah, cool. I think this is good, but I don't really like the represent how these are represented here. But what I want to do is I want to see if I can break up these lines into individual text. Okay, I don't think I can. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 4 copies, or maybe 2 copies of this, and I'm gonna select these two and first adjust the font size. Alright, I think I'll create a to-do because I want to create a, yeah, so this is a to-do. Good. Okay, it's great. Make it bold. Oh, damn. What? Okay, set 128, I don't know what happened. Alright, yes. So now the second item that I want to do is text styles for text styles colors. Logo as part of logo as in a design system. Cool. So I can, reuse all of these things and update these things better, but it's in to do, not a pressing thing that I want to address right away. Maybe on the weekends I'll keep these live streams only to create these assets or talk about tools and how to use tools and etc. Now going back to this, what I want to do is yeah, textiles maybe I'll remove because I know I'd like to keep this fluid, but again that's what people who don't want to be systematic say. So that's that. Anyway, I think 16 is a good size. I don't know what you guys think. I'm not very confident, so let me make it 20. I'm going to convert it into an auto layout and I'm going to duplicate it again 2 more times. I'm going to delete. Okay, deleting this, deleting this, and deleting this. Okay, related areas. This is good. Okay, so that's great. Now everything is left aligned because this is left aligned. So I'm changing that and the spacing, I think I'll keep it 40. I don't know if I should do any styling or icons for this. and I'm not sure. Yeah, cool. They're just too bold, is what I feel. So I can select all of them and try and make them medium. Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not great at the same time. But maybe I shouldn't worry about it for now. For the first video, maybe I should not overthink so much, or maybe I should. I have no idea. God, this is crisis. This is a crisis. This is crisis. It seems. What a fake bitch. That's why I turned on or checked a setting that said this is not made for kids. So I can say cuss words like this. Hope nobody's at home is watching. But anyway, let me come on. V. Come on. How do I paste properties? I forgot the shortcut. Yes, command. Okay, command option. Command option V. Command option C. Yes, that's great. Cool. So I'm gonna do this, and then we are gonna delete all of them. Yeah, if you guys are bored, let me see if I can talk about something else. Let's see. Let me think. What can I talk about off the top of my head? Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is way off topic. Yesterday, I ordered something called paneer cone. Yeah, basically, it is filled with what do you call it? Cheese. No, not cheese. Yeah, some paneer semi-gravy thingy inside a multi-grain bread that is in the shape of a cone. And that I ordered from Crunch Affair, and it's amazing and life-changing. And if you are a non-vegetarian, they have chicken as well. And yeah, my wife tried it and she loves it. So that's that. Mm. Yeah, so much sensitive information. People frown. Uh, okay, yeah, this is getting weird. So I'll pause here before it gets too weird for everyone. Um, just do this. Yeah, okay. Can I access this? Yeah, let me think about something else that I can talk about. Okay. Yeah, I was. So I went to Chennai recently, last week, and I went to the Triumph showroom to collect some documents of my bike. And I saw the new Triumph Tiger 1200 GT Pro, I think, was on display. I was not sure whether an Explorer was on display. But yeah, it was fun. It was massive. I was watching videos of that bike, and for those who don't know, who are watching this, who is a complete stranger and never met me, I am into bikes. I love bikes, and I have a Triumph Street Triple R. Sorry, I'll repeat that. I have a Triumph Street Triple R, and it's the 765cc model, and man, I love that bike. Yeah, I think this is good. Users who are affected. I'm not very satisfied with this um, slides visual appeal. But yeah, maybe I can do some margin and padding and use the same color but in lesser opacity. Or I can put an outline. Yeah, I think outline is a good idea. Let's see. This is this. Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah. What I'm going to do is 90, 90, 90. Yes. Yeah, I think this may be a little better. Maybe. Um, okay. So just increase um, the strokes thickness. Let me try a little more. Hmm. I think I like this. Okay. So let me copy the properties, paste the properties, and let me go here. And first, let me change the outline color, and then not this. Okay, yeah, this is cool. Yeah, this is looking a little more lively. I guess. Oops, I'm sorry. The copy paste. Oh, yeah, and yes, do this. Okay, 90. Oops, not that. Okay. Yeah, I think this is definitely much better compared to what it was. It was kind of sad for this. Okay. Yeah, I think I can live with this. And I think we are very organically evolving the design system. I'm a little confused though now. Should I make this, or this? Yeah, I think I'll keep a combination of pointed edges and pointed corners versus round corners. So this is good. I'm very tempted to change the color of the text as well. Let me see if that works. And if no, this is bad. I don't want that. Yeah, I think this is okay. Let's continue with this. All right, tangible output is great. Now I think the most fun will be in the examples. Right. All right. Yeah, I think I'll most likely skip the tangible part because I was watching a video on tips, I guess, for presentations. I'm gonna delete this and I'm going to, okay, this is already replaced, so this is good. Um, right. Okay, let me just get some water. Maybe nice streaming for 28 minutes time just flies 28 minutes. I think I'll be addicted to the two live streams. Um, yeah, I was just listening to myself on the live stream. I think you guys saw that, but that's anyway. Huh. Now what I am going to do, mm, examples. Okay, let me open Spotify. Spotify is the example that I am going to take. So now I'm gonna make this full screen, and yeah, all right. So I'm gonna. This is great. I think I'll take this piece. Okay, this is good. I need a very clear screenshot of this. Discover something new and recently played. Okay, this is good. Recently played Diwali celebration. I don't know why they keep doing that. Maybe I should take a nice screenshot of both Diwali celebration and workout. Hits. Yeah, maybe hits and India's first. By the way, I love Dua Lipa. Yeah. Alright. Throwback. 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 I don't know if I need throwback. We can take this and I'll probably go here. Yeah, this is good. My library. There is some section called my library. Okay, this is my library. Alright, let me take a good screenshot of this. Let me go to podcast. Okay, here are episodes. Okay. Ah, this is not. Hmm. Okay, I don't know. When did I listen to this one? It's interesting. Lex Friedman, I remember listening at some point in Joe Rogan Experience. Okay, I think these are all just things that are related to FT News briefing. This is the only podcast that I listen to on a regular basis. It's interesting. It's interesting that this page is so confusing. All right, it may also be because that I am using it very rarely, but again, that should not be a reason for the page to be confusing. The experience is obviously bad. The okay, cool. It's taking forever. Albums. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this makes any this adds any value. Search. Okay. Yeah, I think search is also a good one. Um, cool. Yeah, that's good. All right, now what I want to do is I want to make nice looking uh, sections of these screenshots. So I'm going to just select all of them and drag and drop them here. Hopefully they'll all, yes, that's great. This is what I was expecting. And let me just quickly adjust the margin. I'll do them separately, or crop them separately, and then bring them back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this and then press Control D. So it's good. Now the first thing that I am going to do, crop more easily. Okay, let's get this one command key widely resize. Okay, got it. Cool. So what they are saying is I can click on command. This is nice. Yeah, this is great. Okay, I think I'm doing a very bad job at cropping this, but yeah, definitely gonna pay for this later on, but it's okay. Okay, so we went beyond the actual images. Mm, yes. Okay, this is great. Okay, this is promising. I think I'll be able to do some justification. Cool. Okay. Yeah, basically what I wanna do with this is break them down, break this screen down into multiple parts. Um, as you can see here. Sorry again about the burp, guys. Yeah, basically what I want to do is let me make them. My OCD is kicking in. Just want them all to be in the same height. Okay, think this looks great. Excellent. Right. This is good. This is good and fun. Basically, what I want to do is break this screen into multiple parts and explain what each part does and how it is related to our framework uses content and context. And of course, you cannot break up the screen for users or by users because it's all relevant to just one user. But I think I'll be able to break this up into smaller chunks of content and context and make that difference. So let me do that for this one here. Yes. When there are transitions going on running in my head as I am cropping this, if I am able to pull it off, and if I have the time to pull it off, nothing like it. Okay, this is the other one. Okay, got it. Okay, 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 this is good. Right, let me, oops, sorry. Yeah, okay, cool. So, all right. Yeah, I'm also, while I am doing this, thinking about what are the things that are context, what are the things that are content. I think I'll just take India's best from this one. Okay, let's see. See, I see. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I think and hope that's not visible. Okay, it's visible. Damn it. Yes, I think this is good. All right, now what I want to crop out is just this. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm just running through my head what is context, content, and so on. I think I'll just keep this here and maybe crop out the center section. So what I want to do is this. Oops. That is great. Oops. Yeah, cool. So this is good. All right. Yeah. So for the audience who are watching this, um, if I have to explain this how I would in the shorter video. Basically, all right. Um, Everything you see on the screen is basically content, but there are subtle elements that come from the context, right? Now, let me try and explain the most straightforward content. Right, one is your player controls and the song that is currently playing. These are all very important information. I'm just sitting too close to the camera, just seeing if it looks odd, but okay, it's not. All right. So yeah, as we were talking, content is the what some of the more straightforward content, or if we have to map the elements that you see here to content and context, the first element can be the player controls itself. This is what you need to do or need to control the current playback. All right, play, pause, next, previous, shuffle, repeat, and how far along you are on the song or on a podcast, what is the volume. And they also have a few more icons, that gives you access to lyrics, and also I think the second icon is for cue, and the third icon is this one is interesting. Lets you play it on your Amazon Echo device or on your TV, or if you have a Bluetooth speaker or some other speakers that you can connect to, you can select that as well. So these are basically devices to which you can broadcast or cast your current music or podcast or anything else that you are listening to. Right, so all of them form, a very straightforward content. Somebody started listing what are the things that I want to show that are absolutely important, like for listening to a song. That's all. Those are all the things that you see here, and also, of course, what is the name of the current song, the album art, and the artists, and the option to like. Right. So these are all direct content that is an absolute need for the user. Right. Now, similarly, if let's say we take the top section, like the songs is again direct content. There isn't there need not be much context that needs to go through this. Maybe there is some context part of it, but we'll come back to that. Right, what it could be. Right, if we because we don't know what Spotify guys were thinking when they made these features. But if we were to interpret this, how will we interpret it in the perspective of context? Right, we'll come to that real soon. And then you have access to some of your content from the sidebar. You have your library. You have search is again is a very direct relation of content. It's an important part of any application today because that's how you will find content. Right. I have no idea what these are. They just randomly are there. Right. I've almost never used them. But it looks like many of them are playlists or albums that I have listened to in the past, not even just the recent past, but in my entire Spotify listening history. And on the right hand side is friend activities I never use, and I don't want to even interpret whether this is content or context, because that's how much I hate these features, these social features, because they've never worked for me. I was never able to compete with my friends. I was never able to add my friends and interact with them on any platform. I think there is something seriously wrong with me or with my friend circle. But anyway, I tend to digress. Now, moving on, recently played is again partly content and partly context. Diwali celebration, I think, is entirely content generated entirely by context because I am in India and I probably or maybe actually did listen to a Diwali playlist or Tamil Diwali playlist. I don't recall, and that's why they keep showing me. I think they've been showing me this for the past 2 3 months, even though Diwali is like so far in the future. Then is workout. Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of workout playlists. Now that I am not going to the gym as regularly, or now that I'm not going to the gym at all, I don't listen to this playlist anymore. But still, every now and then when I am working on something and I want to focus, I try one of these playlists. All right, and yeah, India's best. Again, this is purely driven by my context because I am in India again. Right now, I think we should talk about some of the context-driven content uh, in the home screen. Now we talked about there might be some aspect to liked songs, right? So what is just give me a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so context, right? If we take business goals as context, right? Because the business goals is one part of the context. If I show you guys what we have listed are things that we have listed under context is um, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think this needs to be swapped. This is not the right mapping. Yeah, thank God I found this out. Okay, cool. So yeah, one of the things in context is business goals. Yeah, of course, I don't think we should talk about funding, politics, all of those things right now, because then we might end up um, that'll become a huge topic of conversation of its own. So yeah, business goals, culture, technology. I don't know, resources and constraints. I don't think we will have any view into that inside of Spotify. So if we take business goals and culture as elements of context for Spotify. Now, business goals, one of the North Star metrics or the North Star metric for Spotify is users listening time. Right? Let's see if I am saying it accurately. I know it is listening time, but I just want to make sure what is the exact uh, term that they use. Yeah, time spent listening. That's what I was looking for. So, time spent listening is Spotify's North Star metric, and all of their features are driven towards that because when users spend, as users spend more and more time listening to things on Spotify, one, they can generate more revenue. I'm sorry about that. More revenue and buy ads, and also they'll also be able to convert a lot of uh, those users who are spending more time on Spotify into premium users, right? And drive up the revenue as well that way. So yeah, that's the business goals context, and culture is obviously which region you are in, what type of songs you listen to, what are your interests. If I take my Spotify, I listen to Financial Times podcast, and all of my podcast recommendations are based off of that. Right, and because it is based on just one podcast, it can also be very narrow and not very diverse as well. So that also plays into context. Now, how liked songs is related to context. Right? So liked songs is a feature for both free and premium users. Now, the important part of liked songs is or one important aspect. There are multiple aspects to like songs, right? They are related to multiple things. So one thing that is related to the premium versus free feature is if you have a premium membership, you will be able to download any song, not just like the songs. So in my case, I just download all of my liked songs, right? And I keep them offline. And pretty much all the devices that I have Spotify installed. And this helps tremendously because whenever I travel, whenever I'm on a flight, on a train, or on the highway, when there is no signal or very weak signal, I'm able to play these songs, and I have found this very, very useful in many occasions. All right, and because of this, my time spent listening on Spotify is obviously higher because if I don't have these downloaded songs, my time spent listening will be much lower whenever I cannot access net. All right, just a minute, I'll drink some water. My think throat is dry. All right. So yeah, that's one aspect of how liked songs is related to the business context. Now, the other aspect that I can think of is liked songs is very related to Discover Weekly. Discover Weekly, if you have not read anything on it, I highly encourage all of you guys to read on it. There are at least a few dozen articles and how important and how it is a game changer for Spotify to convert um, or to retain users basically, right? Not convert, but maybe to not maybe to definitely retain users and retain both free users and premium users. So how Discover Weekly works is Spotify obviously on a continuous basis keeps track of what you are listening to and uses that data and other users data who are listening to the same songs and who liked the same songs that you have liked and the songs that they are listening to that you are not listening to and the songs that you are listening to and the others are listening to sorry, and the others are not listening to. And it's a very complex algorithm. I don't know exactly how they define it, but so much of your listening history, your like history, is all used to generate a playlist weekly on Mondays. And that I don't know the exact number. It's it's somewhere between 10 and 15 songs. And I don't check it every week, but I check it every now and then, maybe every few weeks, right? And every time I listen to the songs inside Discover Weekly, I at least end up liking one or two songs, meaning I add them to my liked songs, or at least I listen to one or two of those songs repeatedly throughout that particular entire week. Now, again, this one related to liked songs and also related to time spent listening metric. All right, your business goals. Um, Now, if we see the rest of the content, they are all mostly things that I recently listened to. Vikram is a recent Tamil movie by Kamal Hassan. Um, I'm a huge fan of Kamal Hassan, and yeah, I was listening to this for the past few weeks. And Charlie Puth, yeah, my wife introduced me to Charlie Puth, and I listened to his songs more often either on both my Amazon Echo and Spotify more often on my Amazon Echo. And of course, these are some of the other songs that I listen to, and my podcast, Financial Times podcast, and they show the name of the latest episode, I guess, because I don't recollect listening to this particular episode. Right. So now, I mean, most of them are direct content in the sense that they are from a recent listening history. Right. So and if we move on, in recently played again, this is just direct content and maybe a little bit of context. We already saw what are the things that Diwali celebrations, how it is related to context, workup songs. This is again based on my listening history. And again, this is based on my region and the language also maybe, and whatever other things that are related to culture and stuff like that. So that's how this I mainly again wanted to show what. is a good example, or not, maybe not what is a good example, what is an example of content and context, and how they both drive design, and how effective it can be when design is driven by that, right? Um, so yeah, that's. I think we have all the content that we need. One thing that I want to do, I think I'll just do it now, is let's make it rounded corners. Yes, 100. 100 seems to be too much, so I think I'll stick to 20 maybe. Yeah, 20 is good. I'll select all of this. Sometimes I might sound really fake. I'm sorry, I'm new to public speaking, so I might do some weird things which may come across as fake. So bear with me until I master this. See, all right. I think this is great. Um, cool. Let's see how for how long we have been. Okay, live streaming. Cool. We have been live streaming for 15 minutes. So this is good. I'm just thinking if I should make the animation clips now or later. And when do I want to record the video for this, and what is the format? I really like the quality of videos produced by my iPhone. It's an iPhone 11. Um, but I don't know if I should put it on a phone stand or just, hold it in my hand and then just talk about it. Um, but then again, I'll not have any notes that I can hold on to or look at when I talk if I am holding my phone in one hand. And I also have to look for my tripod phone stand if I am going to put it on my stand. Okay, cool. So what I'll do is I have to do search for phone stand. Cool. I'll put that. Yeah, small animations for the screens. Good. All right, this is good. Yeah, I really like these slides. Awesome. All right. Mm, yeah, I'm a little reluctant to. Um, yeah, I don't think I'll use the cover. I'm a little reluctant to stop this streaming. But again, like I said, I may be getting a little addicted, a little too addicted to um, what do you call this? Streaming. Let me see if I can just move this just below my laptop camera, and I will hide this laptop screen. Yeah, cool. All right, this is great. So yeah, what is it that I want to talk about? I want to make this a 1 hour live stream. I don't know if it is already 1 hour. Okay, we have 1 full minute. And then I think at a little after the 1 hour mark, I'll stop this, and this will be my first 1 hour live streaming. So, all right. Tomorrow, I think we will start working on the content for integration and iteration. I need to also figure out when do I want to record the shorter video for these two topics. And on Monday, we will probably start finding some new content. Um, yeah, I hope this. I don't know. I was just looking at YouTube's monetization tab, and it said I need 1,000 subscribers and I think 4,000 minutes of watch time. public watch time. I think I have only 1 hour and just 15 subscribers. Um, so yeah, if you are watching this, I highly encourage you guys to subscribe. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was also watching another Simon Sinek video, and it made me think he basically said there are two types of speakers. One type who wants to give, and one type who wants to take. Right, and basically he says someone with a giving attitude does not expect anything in return. But again, if you are a speaker, and as long as I think this is going to be a little more deep, as long as there is capitalism that is around, it will be for anything that you do will be for to take something, right? And ultimately, either directly or indirectly, it'll be for some monetization. But again, I want this live stream to be successful. One, for my personal and career growth. And of course, when I say personal and career growth, they are both directly and indirectly related to um, how much money I make ultimately. Right? It's a sad thing to say because um, I don't know. It might get a little too philosophical if we go into that. Let's not go there. And it's a Friday evening. It's time to have fun. I think we are beyond the 1 hour mark. I think I should start another channel separately to talk about philosophical things like this because I like talking about them. But again, anything that I know is purely based on my experience. I want to read up on them if ever I want to start live streaming on those topics. All right. So yeah. Anyway, the I have successfully done my first 1 hour live stream, and yeah, let's keep fingers crossed. I'm really liking it. Let me not jinx it. Touch wood. I hope I continue to do this every day, and I hope I am able to do this every day. Right, and hopefully some good things, great things will come off of it. Uh, and yeah, whoever who is watching this, thank you so much, and whoever who's going to watch this after at the end of this live stream, thank you to you too. Cool. All right. Until tomorrow. See you guys. Bye bye.